It was once said by a man called Benjamin Franklin that lost time is never found again. Compounding so much wisdom and knowledge into such few words is no easy task. But with this quote, Ben managed to achieve a 5th place on Success.com's list of quotes for a better life. A pretty impressive result. But perhaps he could have done better with the help of modern technology, because there's an intellectual forum known as Twitch Chat, where several scholars have derived of a much better formulation of the same idea. Why don't you just go faster? And how hard could it be, skull emoji? Isn't it your job to play this racing game for children, lol, clown emoji, for real, no cap? If only Benjamin had known this, then perhaps the top spot could be his for the taking. But as it turns out, just doing something better isn't that easy, neither in writing nor in Trackmania speedrunning. And in this video, I'm going to try to do what Benjamin Franklin couldn't, and claim the top spot on the Trackmania map Winter 20. The first time I played the map was on the 9th of January, at the official release of the Trackmania Winter campaign, and immediately I thought it looked a little familiar. So go here, slow-mo. This is a remake. Summer 2020, map 21, map 20. As it turns out, I was right. Nadeo had done a fresh take on an old campaign map from the Summer 2020 campaign, adding more scenery and a slightly different route. And I thought it looked pretty good and actually could see myself hunting it, as I used to have the world record on that old campaign map. Just about 1 hour after the campaign was released though, this map got completely destroyed, as not 1, but 2 shortcuts were discovered. In the start, the intended route wants for you to take a big turn, and not only can you obviously skip this, but you can also skip a slow motion block in the process, and you instantly gain about 2 seconds. Then the map follows with a bumpy ice uphill into a sharp right turn, where the intended path is straight through another slow motion block. But instead, you can graciously jump out to the left and try to land the car back onto the ice, saving several seconds. Then what follows is a tight drifting part towards the finish with several niche mechanics. Like when going from ice to platforms, you can line up the car straight with its direction of travel, so that your tires get full grip instead of sliding and losing speed. These 2 shortcuts looked really interesting to me, and I began hunting the map that same night. It's gonna be quite a steep curve in the middle there, like when you get to the blue and red maps, but I think they're fun. Okay, so get another start. It's really just about getting enough to the right here so that this works. Let's PB. This is the one. This is as PB pace gets.
This guy Sigma is... Dude.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And I think this is gonna be it. Oh. Whew. Okay, that's a good save. That could have gone very bad. 47-3, okay, nice. On the first day, I played the map for about 45 minutes, and in that time I managed to get a personal best of 47-36, ranking me 6th place on the leaderboard. But still, I had a long way to go if I was going to beat the world record. Over the next couple of days, the community would find several time saves that brought the record down from a 46-17 all the way to 45.02 by Techie. These included things like taking a tight line on the first shortcut and touching a lower part of the snow ledge to flatten out the car for the landing. In the turn after the ice uphill, you could also do a no slide instead of sliding. The closer you could get to the wall, the better potential you would have for the second shortcut. Quite remarkably, players actually found a consistent strategy for this. The rest of the map would be played mostly the same, except for one detail in the ending, where if you were fast enough out of the downhill drift, you could then jump over the ice downhill, meaning you wouldn't get as frosted tires, and you could immediately start drifting to the left to set up your car for the jump. These things made the map way more interesting and consistent to drive. So when I got to map 20 in my top 0.1% project, I was quite happy to try to hunt it. Even though the record was now 1 second faster than a few days earlier, I realized there was still a lot of potential left in the map. On the second shortcut, the top records were all trying to get the most flat landing they could, while at the same time rotating as much as they could in the spin. I eventually realized that you could split this into 2 parts, and I started going for a backwards landing, with my nose pitched down. Seemingly, this looks terrible, but with the correct landing, it would all make sense, as the nose would pitch up, and the car would complete its full rotation, and then the nose would dive over the edge of the ice hill, allowing me to drive less on the snow and carry even more speed onto the ice. Twitch chat in their eternal wisdom were telling me to just drive faster, but it wasn't all that simple. Sometimes the ice spin just wouldn't work at all, and I couldn't for the life of me understand why. After banging my head against the wall for 2 hours, I finally understood what was missing. Why does it lock up? Wait, is it, if the nose is up like that, can I just accelerate? So here, this is absurd to me. Apparently, you can accelerate in this one if I release. That's so strange. That's very strange, but that's gonna solve the map, guys. This one detail is gonna solve the map. Because look,
another grind stream means another
usually,
stop.
You have to release, but my car, if I release acceleration here, is just uncontrollable. What people are doing is just accelerating through it, which is kind of wrong. It feels wrong, but it's so fast. Terrible breakdown. And we're in. Okay. And literally within 7 minutes of figuring that out, I got a huge personal best. So far, I'd played the map for about 2.5 hours, and a few days later, I started properly hunting the map, as I couldn't stop thinking about it and I really wanted to beat the world record. And it's great to feel motivated and to feel inspired, but it's also a terrible idea to start hunting a map like this at 1:45 in the morning. But that's hindsight for you. Over the next few hours, I continued to get closer and closer. I was improving from a 45-420 to a 45-34, and then I had this attempt. Okay. Oh. So close. That was good speed on speed. Okay, I'm gonna get this soon. Shaving a huge portion off my personal best and getting a 45-12. But still, it wasn't enough for the world record. As the clock approached 5 AM, I was reaching critical doses of copium when I clocked in a 45-06, just 300ths behind Techie's world record. And I thought that, you know, if I just do one more attempt, that'll be the one. Then I can go to bed, I'll have the world record, everything will be great. But sleep deprivation also makes you worse at the game, and these 300ths would be excruciatingly hard to gain. At 8:45 AM, as the sun rose over the beautiful tropical beaches of Norway, I finally got this one. there it is. That took me so long. I beat it only by 100th, but I'll take it. World record on map 20. Let's go. After a 7-hour-long journey, I had finally gotten the world record, and I was so happy. I was so relieved. I felt like I achieved my goal. Everything was great, and I decided I can finally rest. I can get some sleep and then make this video. But when I woke up, my world record was gone. Techie had just taken it away with a 44.92. That's how brutal Trackmania can be. But if I have learned anything from this success.com article, it's that nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Thanks, Eleanor. And I knew I wasn't gonna surrender that record this easily. After 30 minutes of grinding or so, this attempt happened. And it's back. Let's go. 44.87. Take that, Techie. You like that? How does that feel? Losing your record immediately after you take it back. Is that fun? Because I didn't feel it was that fun. Just losing my world record right away and not having a chance to reign in the top spot. It was not very fun, but let me tell you, it's very fun to be on the top spot, and I was enjoying this. And now the ball was back in his court, who, again, took it back about only a day later. Do you guys think I'll be able to take it back? I'm competing for Speedrunner of the Year. I think it's time to do some speed runs. Rank 2 on this map. Ooh. Good.
Hi Wirtual, are you and Maggie still friends? I loved your collabs and love you both.
This guy Sigma is, dude.
I think that's what I
Hi
heard.
Wirtual. I don't know if I should
Yes!
download Trackmania. Can you tell me 3 reasons
Nice!
to download it?
Speedrunner of the Year material, chat. You still have 1 day left to nominate me if you want. 44.80. Taking the record back once again. Oh, and that thing I mentioned is still going. If you want to support this channel in a massive way, then a quick vote at the Streamer Awards would help a ton. It only takes a few minutes, and you don't have to vote in all the categories, but we could actually win it this year and get a Golden People trophy. If you want to help me out, takes a minute, links at the top of the description. Much love. Please, please go vote. Let's try to win this award. After achieving that record, I really thought that would be that for a while, and I took a week break from the game and thought about making this video. But when I returned, Giuliano and Techie had gone on a huge world record battle.
And this is the first time where I'm in my own apartment again. So I was like, I should probably go to bed. And then I realized, like, fuck my parents. I can do whatever the fuck I want again.
It's kind of nice that you want to fuck your parents.
No, of course I don't want to fuck my parents. They already did that, and here I am. But
you said fuck my parents.
yeah, fuck them, as in flipping them off. Like, yeah, you do your own shit. Don't make it weird, man. Don't make it weird.
That made it weird.
I told him I want to sleep schedule so hard, I'm getting dissed if I'm out here after midnight. Okay, you guys can make jokes about this. What the fuck? I'm not trying to be serious. What the fuck, man?
Oh, wait.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm so sorry about talking over that. I'm so sorry.
We are used to it at this point. More possible, like that's a point 11, but there's still more possible on the start, but that's not bad. That was beautiful. Point 2. Come on, full grip. Oh my god. Attempt. Okay. Not the best second cut, but it's alright. Okay, that's world record, guys. That's world record. 1.604! Bam! And it only took half an hour. Nice! Good.
His beginning was 1 to 2 tenths ahead of what I got on most of my fast tries. And so the only way to make up for it was absolute perfection in the second half. I started playing the map every time I was streaming, and also when I wasn't streaming, and I was getting a lot of great runs. At this point, getting a 44-second time was becoming pretty common, and I racked up over 50 of them, where a couple of weeks earlier it had taken me 7 hours to get a 45.02. One of the nights I started hunting the map again at 1 AM, and I went until the early morning. And it wasn't unfruitful, as I did set a new personal best twice, but getting from a 44.76 to a 44.60 still felt unreasonably far away. It was getting to the point where I wasn't sure if I'd be able to take it back again, without spending an unreasonable amount of hours. And I would never want to do that. I would be level-headed and think I have better things to do. I don't have to go back to take this map. I've already held the world record twice. I don't need to compete for this anymore. I can let it go. But I wasn't at that point yet. It would actually take quite a lot to get me to that point. I really wanted this record. So I hit the go live button and I played it for a few more hours to see what would happen. After playing the map for over 24 hours in total and doing 7,500 resets, I finally got this run. Same for Jinxie, but Jinxie I did know. Oh my god, we beat the world record. Yes! Yes! I got it! Oh my god! Let's go! Wider line, more speed, looks terrible, ends up being like, okay. Wait, I am so far. Did my ice... Oh, my ice slide was beautiful though. That second shortcut was beautiful. And then this brake tap, actually mint. I was very scared for this ending. I went so wide, it was so terrible. This could have been, at this point here, a 45. 44.55. Sometimes what you need is hard work, and what does hard work look like? 24 hours and 20 minutes played, and 7,641 resets.
This guy's
GG.
And that's the story of how I got the world record on the official map 20. Rank 1 out of 37,000 players. Pretty good, and I'm pretty happy. I think it's important to remember that few world records are going to stand forever, and eventually this one will be beaten too, and you should appreciate the journey towards one rather than just staying at the top, because it's going to be very hard and you're going to have to spend a lot of time. And maybe you could spend that time doing other things. In the wise words of success.com, when a thing is done, it's done. Don't look back, look forward to your next objective. And that I shall. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this. I'm taking a short break to be a part of the Streamer Awards. Hopefully we win that thing. And then when I'm back, I'll make more videos and streams for you guys to enjoy. Until then, bye-bye everybody.